Hey, family. Welcome to another episode of the Beacon of Truth podcast. I am your host, Miss Aaron Bull, and I am joined by the love of my life, Mr.
I am Pookie Willis. How y'all doing?
Yes, Mr. Pookie Willis is joining me for this episode. All right, it's going to be exciting, y'all, but let me roll the intro. Welcome to the Beacon of Truth. In a world of misinformation, disinformation, and lies, the truth is hard to find. Here at the Beacon of Truth, we discuss a variety of topics from politics, sports, love and relationships, and everything in between. No matter the subject, you will always find the truth. Welcome to the Beacon of Truth. All right, and we are back for this special episode of the Beacon of Truth podcast. I am just so happy and excited to have my better half joining me for this episode. Y'all know he's my biggest fan, and I'm his though.
Right, already. That's how we roll, man. Yeah.
So we got quite a few things to talk with you guys about. But first of all, I just want to, talk a little bit about him because he swear I don't ever say nothing good. So I'm gonna say something good now.
Waiting.
Uh, he's cute. He's cute.
Well, thank
Um, I think that's about it. That's all I
you.
can
That's
come
all you
up
got
with.
for me. You got no more?
I don't know.
You calling something better than he's cute now.
Um, you are a very lucky man.
I agree.
All right, good answer. Good answer.
Write them in. Write them on in. You'll take all this.
But no, actually, I would like to say that, I often refer to V as my better half, when in reality, he is my bettering half, in that he encourages and inspires me to be the best version of myself. And because, for whatever reason, he has learned to love me, flaws and all, and just as I am. It makes me wanna give him the best of me. He is my best friend. He's my favorite person to spend time with, and, he's a great guy, he has a great heart. I love and admire his, commitment to be better, and that commitment inspires me to be better as well. Um I love the fact that he works hard every day to make this relationship work and to make it better. Um, he has grown a tremendous amount over these almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years
5 years.
when?
March 17th.
Mm.
March. 5 years, March 15th.
Wedding is canceled, y'all. The wedding is canceled. Never
No, don't
mind.
do me like that. 14th, 15th. That's around. I always get that mixed up. Always. What is it?
March 14th.
See, I was close. See. I knew it was there somewhere.
All right.
I went that far out.
But I guess I'm out of good things to say now. I did have a bunch more, but
All right. Thank you for all the good, gracious things that you said. I appreciate it. I try.
But I have him here with me for this episode. One, because like I said, he's my favorite person to spend time with, and we have a lot of great conversations, and hopefully we'll have one with you guys this evening. Is it evening?
Oh shit! Well, yes, but I don't know. It's probably like almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, well, this morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, so let's get into some questions.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. Well, actually, before we get all deep in everything, Since we are how far away are we from the wedding?
Oh man, it's April 30th,
Okay.
so we
All
got
right. Long as you know the date. You ain't got to know
yeah,
how many days it is. That's fine.
we're a few months away.
All right. Okay. All right. I give you that. I give you that. But so how you feeling about the wedding or
You mean like as far as
not the marriage? I know how you feel about the marriage.
just the wedding, the overall ceremony and everything?
Yeah.
I'm really about ready to get it on and over with. And just you know what I'm saying, do it and move on. Really, I'm
I
excited at the same time, but I'm excited to do it and it's done. We honeymoon and back to the basics for a minute.
yeah. Yeah, I'm ready to get it over with. As you know, it has been a struggle. It has been a huge struggle. I really wish we had a low.
Really,
Yeah.
I
If
should have suggested that at
yeah,
first,
you
but
should have.
no, because you'd have been tripping. You'd have been like, "Oh no, we gotta." I mean, at some part of you would have been like, "I wish I had a wedding. I ain't want you to do that."
Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, I guess it was just the way that everything unfolded because, we set the date in January of last year
That's when it was when we said that day. I don't know why I was thinking the weather was warm or something.
because
I'm
it's
gonna help
Georgia, it's probably warm,
you. Yeah, probably,
even though it was January.
probably was.
But we set the date in January, and I think I started looking for venues pretty much right away. Um, and then, uh, we booked the venue, March? No, we booked it in April.
Mad early,
Yeah, we booked it in
mad
April.
early.
I wish that we would have spent more time, I guess, analyzing our circle. I talked about that before on the show. But, and just realizing that it was really gonna be us.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just realizing that it's gonna be us, actually planning and doing the majority of the work for the wedding. Um, but it is what it is now. We're locked into it. The date is set. It's right around the corner, so it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. Whoever is gonna show up is gonna show up, and whoever don't. But I know 2 people that's gonna be there.
Definitely.
Okay, alright, that's the right
I
answer.
definitely be there bright and early or whenever,
Early,
Afternoon, bright early afternoon.
bright early morning.
Well, I mean, yeah, yeah. Is it morning? I thought it was 11 o'clock.
I mean, we
Just
getting
had.
married at 2, but you got to
That's
get
what I'm.
dressed and have pictures.
Well, yeah. I mean, but that's already spoken for. I'll be there for that
Alright,
part.
alright.
I'm talking about standing up, looking tall, like yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
looking forward to that.
That's
Ooh,
what I'm talking about.
I can't wait to see you in your suit, though.
Yeah, me too.
Mhm. Oh, you can't wait to see yourself in the suit? Alright then. How about the woman coming down the
Yeah,
aisle?
yeah. I mean, yeah. That's definitely can't wait to see that.
You gonna cry?
I might. It
Oh,
just depends on how you act.
I don't know.
I don't want to be no big old punk out there shedding tears and stuff, boo-hooing.
Well, because we
Them we
feed
gonna have
off
a
each
handkerchief
other.
on my thing or
Yeah,
something.
but you can't use that handkerchief. Imma give you another one that you stick in your pocket, so, if you need
I
to
ain't gonna
wipe a
cry.
eye, you gonna cry.
I ain't gonna cry.
You gonna cry because 'cause Imma cry.
All
I
right.
know Imma cry even though,
I
we
might.
G's, but
Yeah, don't let the crying fool you. I might cry a little bit. Just a
yeah,
little
yeah, you will. Yeah, yeah.
That's good. It's a good.
Yeah, it is. It is, but, I mean, I'm still excited even though, we have had
Yeah.
disappointment after
It's been a
disappointment.
hell of a time, hell of a go at it.
It has, but it's
Yeah.
almost over, babe. It is
Another
almost
another
over. I
week high
can't
five.
wait. Yes. But so enough about the wedding talk.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you this, and this
Go
one I
ahead.
didn't tell you in advance,
All
but
right.
sorry.
It's put me on the spot.
So did you have marriage on your mind when we first met, or was that something that came about like after we started dating and stuff?
I don't think I had marriage on my mind going into it. Not when we first met, no. So no to that. Um, but going into it and maybe after I don't know how long it was, but after some
Sometime.
time, then it might not be a bad idea.
So was your, I guess not attraction, but I guess the decision to get married or the thought process, did the wheels start turning because of us, like me, or was that just your biological clock ticking? Like, it's about time.
No, more so, I would say at least 85% of you, and maybe that rest, that biological clock saying, well, nigga, you're not getting any younger, but definitely 85 to about 90% you more so than the biological clock. 'Cause I-
Did you imagine yourself, like, did you have an age in mind about when you would get married?
I did. I said I wanted to be married at least if I was gonna do it. I needed. This is what I always said. I said I always needed to meet my wife like a couple of years ahead of me trying to get married. So I gave myself around about 40. In between about 40, 40, 44. I needed to start meeting my wife around late 30s,
Mm.
early 40s, late 30s. Start meeting.
Really? I didn't think that guys planned like that, because that sounds, I mean, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for all guys, but I did. I kind of planned it like that. Like if I'm not getting married or in a relationship or on my way to doing it or at that age, it probably never would happen. I
Okay.
felt like that was the time I would be ready to settle down and I would be husband material, I guess.
No. Okay. All right, a little
Yeah.
self-analyzation, like, "Yeah, I ain't really no husband right now."
Yeah, you gotta do that because you can't part of fooling yourself and setting yourself up.
Okay,
So
alright, I can respect that. Definitely appreciate it. Please make sure you husband material for
yeah,
you
you got to be.
sign up to be somebody's
Yeah,
husband.
'cause you don't want to be no dirt bag and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be a husband and I'm gonna be a dirt bag at the same time. Like, nah, nigga, that's not gonna work. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you gotta retire from whoredom.
Yeah, you gotta hang that pimp suit up, man. You know what I mean? You gotta go and put the suspenders up and all that good stuff. Hang up the Jordans and get some loafers or something. For real. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
alright.
yeah.
So, what have you learned about yourself over the course of our relationship?
Man, that's interesting because I actually took the time to think about it and wrote down a few things, but I'm gonna go with I guess it'd be the biggest thing.
Okay.
Um, I guess being okay with being an adult, kind of, like being a responsible adult and like taking care of things you need to take care of and responsibilities. I never knew that the switch would be the transition would be that easy into being like from one way into like, oh, okay, yeah, this ain't that bad. I'm cool with this.
Oh, so you mean like from going from the wild street life to the
Yeah, to the
stand?
normal standard life square. And I'm not even gonna say square, I'm not gonna use square life because it's actually a good life. And I didn't think it would be. I mean, I knew it could happen, but it's not, I guess, as easy of a transition.
Yeah. So, I guess you thought that it would take a lot more work than what it took?
Yeah, like I thought it would be a lot more challenging, and I just really adapted and fell into it. Like, yeah, this is what I wanted the whole time. Kinda. You know what I mean? Like, I just
Yeah.
kind of I asked, like, this is what I wanted. So I was cool with it. and then to be able to share it with somebody too, and yeah, it just makes it better. So,
What was your fear? Or, like, why were you reluctant to make that transition?
I actually thought I would be bored with it. Like I would sit at home for time. Like, damn, I need to go see somebody or just holler at somebody. Just stand around and look, just take a smell of the city, see what's going on. So, but I always thought like that will pull me more to go outside, but it don't. Like I'd be like, man, I'd be like, hey, I'm stay right here and eat up all the M&Ms and stuff.
Right, and Reese's.
But it's like it's an easy, yeah, no. And
Okay.
I didn't think it would be that easy. I thought I'll be like fighting, even like now, kind of. I still be not much like fighting, but like still tugging a little bit. But it's nothing. It's not even a concern.
Alright, alright. That's deep. I like that, though.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But, I mean, and of course, I guess we had some friction about that transition. Obviously, I was encouraging you to like, "Hey, bro, that's not the move. I didn't sign up for that. I'm not with it.
Yeah.
I'm not with it." And we did go back and forth about it a little bit. And I just couldn't understand. I guess because like so for me, it was like trying to draw you over to like my side. Because I've been square all my life, okay? Like I had no, I hung around with some round people, but I was square, okay? I was square. So I had been living that quote unquote square life for a long time. I knew it was good.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't want to live it. I was like, man, that's not what I want to do. But I guess you mature as you get older too.
So who were you looking at that was living a square life? Not like you have to name them, but I mean, I guess did you see people living square lives and you just thought that was not the life for you?
Yeah, I have. I have actually like seen people live square lives in real bad relationships, and they live a square life. And they just hate it. And I was like, I could never. I always like ask myself, well, why you just don't leave? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know if they got comfortable or complacent, or I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't. But and I said I never want to be like that. Period. So yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
So there wasn't so to you, did you associate like the square life with the relation like what did you think that the relationship and quote unquote square life went hand in hand? Like in that alternative life that you had, did you see successful relationships?
In the alternative life,
Yeah,
no, hell no, no, not no, no, not the ones that's gonna grow,
and last.
yeah, last amount to anything. No,
Okay.
no, no, no. I wasn't again just not big on the relationship thing, but like I said, I thought about the marriage, and you know, I wasn't always big on just relationships.
So do you think that the appeal of we're just gonna call it like it. Do you think that the
Yeah.
appeal of the street life was like was that kind of your escape from having to deal with relationships?
Yeah, yeah, in a way, that's just always something. That's something else to pull your attention away from relationships. You know what I mean? Like you constantly have to deal with her or him or whatever your situation is. But this is your escape.
Okay. Well, on the behalf of myself and your future, we thank you for making the transition.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I thank myself too. Because a lot more better opportunities I had.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's hard to build a solid foundation with so much uncertainty that comes with that lifestyle,
Yeah,
and like I said, I wasn't about that. I told you that on day. on day one. Like,
Oh,
oh
just
no,
that
I'm
word.
not. Mm-mm.
Just that word. What he said?
With,
He said, I want to.
oh, I ain't with that hot boy shit.
Yeah.
And
Hot
I
boy.
meant it.
I ain't with that hot boy shit. So I ain't with that bullshit. Like it was a whole rundown. I
I
knew
mean,
you was real. I was like, yeah, all right, I got you. Like, okay, go.
when you didn't get me because you tricked me,
Well,
but we made it
yeah, we
through.
made it. That's a conversation for another day. I don't mind having that conversation, but that's just an episode for another day.
All
I
right.
don't. I don't think it was a trick, but it was kind of like not really a trick, but
So what?
I kind of wanted my. I wanted both for a
Ah,
minute. So I was being selfish. I wasn't tricking you. Like, yeah, I'm gonna trick you and dangle this and then just. She's like, whatever. I wanted this and I wanted that. I wanted both. So I'm like, how can I have both? I know it's gonna be some friction, but I got to have both. So that's what I was going through, and unfortunately, you kind of got caught up.
I got you. I got you.
But since we're asking all these old good questions here, let me see what kind of questions I have for you, my love. So, what made you want to, marry this fine young man?
I was getting old, and I ain't had many options.
That's
It
wrong.
was
I
it
think
was
that's a
85% biological clock, baby.
85% biological clock.
No, because when I met you, I told you I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But you were definitely probably like my last hurrah. Okay, I'm like, if this don't turn into something, then I'm about to be for the streets. No, I wasn't. Gonna do I wasn't gonna do
I
that.
saved the. I saved it from the streets, y'all.
Hey, I don't know. They might be missing out now.
That's all right.
But I mean, so obviously, we met right before my father passed.
Yeah.
And just the way that you, for lack of a better word, the way that you handled me when I was going through that, that let me know that one, that's the worst time. That's like the worst time of my life. That was that wasn't even one. That was the hardest thing I have ever had to deal with in my life. And I was so upside down, and I didn't know what was going on, what I was doing, how I was feeling, whatever. And you never made me feel bad or pressured like, okay, oh, you still sad? Oh, you need to get over it. Oh, don't call me with that crying stuff or anything like that. You let me be however I was. And every encounter that I had with you during that period from the time that he was in the hospice to the time that he passed and, just getting ready for the funeral and just all of those emotions, you handled it like perfectly. We didn't argue,
Yeah.
and generally that's the time where you fall out with people because I was out of my mind. I was out of my mind with grief and just I didn't know which way was up. Sometimes I was hot, sometimes I was cold, and you never got offended or pushed me away or anything, just the way that you handled me and I never had to tell you I needed you. You were just there, and you made a conscious effort to be there, even with, your 24-hour schedule, the way that things are when you drive, you always made sure, you just respected whatever I needed. If I needed to talk, you would listen. If I wanted to talk about dad, you would listen. If I didn't want to talk about him, you didn't press me. You didn't force me to feel things that I just wasn't ready to feel. Cause there were some days where, I call you and we talk about school or
Yeah.
just nothing at all. We
Yeah.
just talk about random different things. and you didn't ever say, "Well, how you feeling?" or you're like, just try and make me be sad when I just wasn't ready to be sad,
Right.
you know? And for that whole 2 to 3 week period from, him getting ready to pass and actually passing and then the funeral and everything, you were perfect, honestly. Like, I don't think that I would have come out of that situation as well as I did if it had not been for you. And as a result of that, that's what gave me the fortitude to stand by you as we went through our moments and, trials and tribulations and things because before there was bad, you gave me great, so I couldn't just turn my back on that. Sorry, that was probably a little bit more than what you were
Yeah, that's pretty
asking.
deep though. I mean, that's deep. So go ahead. I'm just
I mean,
listening.
and so
That's real.
it was an easy answer for me to say yes, I would marry you because I already knew that at least on my side, you could help me with the worst because it is for better or for worse, and it's easy to deal with people when things are good.
That's the best time.
Right.
That's
But
when
it's not as easy to deal with the bad. And especially like in a situation like that where my father passed, you were essentially helpless in that, you couldn't bring him back. You couldn't make me be not sad,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
it takes a certain type of, I guess, just special handling. I don't know what you call it, but you had it. And I knew that, I mean, I was 35 years old. So that's like starting to get into like midlife. So I know that there are some things that will come in life that will be difficult, but I feel 100% confident that with you by my side, I can overcome them and that I'll be okay. And I just couldn't imagine anyone else being what you were to me in that moment. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need that for the rest of
You got it. Yeah,
my life.
that's deep.
Now, so I asked you, about transitions and stuff like that. What was it for you?
That what that made me say that yeah, I'm gonna marry her. Um, I think it was one time that I was at a pretty low moment in my life, like just low moment, man. You remember when you came to my house and
It made you get in the shower.
yeah, you kind of picked me up like the back of my head,
I
and I was
did.
like, I was bad. I'm talking about man, I just felt bad for all the drugs and the partying and just the decisions I was making. It just hit me like at one time. And I had to go back to work, and I was just like, and I didn't see her. I knew I was putting her on the back burner. It was just so many, all this stuff was just hit me at one time. I just felt like, I just felt like crap for it. But I think I didn't see you for the whole weekend or something. You was calling, you came by there, and you just looked at me, and you just looked at me with that look of concern and worry, worryation or whatever, and you literally just picked me up, man. And I was like, without really saying much, just that action of you picking me up was like, wow. So
Yeah,
I was
because
like,
I remember that. Obviously I do.
yeah, I was
But I
like,
mean, and you're right. I guess in that moment, I just had to take my L, because I was angry and I was
yeah,
frustrated and I was hurt, but I knew you needed someone and you needed encouragement. And I couldn't promise you that we would be okay,
yeah,
but I could at least get you to understand or know that you would be okay. And, that was a constant thing that I always told you is that if you took care of yourself,
Yeah.
and was
Yeah.
better to yourself, that would naturally transition and translate to me and to us.
And I hate to cut you off, but I always, like, ever since you told me that, I always keep that in the back of my mind. Like, you gotta keep yourself straight, and that's gonna make everything good. As long as you good. Then you fall off and start slipping on what you supposed to be doing. It's all gonna go downhill. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean it was you answering the question. So
That was the moment though.
I didn't know that was the moment.
Yeah, that was really like really the one that made me like, oh, let me try to shake it off a little bit. At least trying to start a new lease on life.
Yeah. And I mean and one thing that I knew and have always known about you is that when you're driving you're okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the issue
Yeah,
was,
that's
when you would spend too much time.
here
Yeah.
in the city.
So, I knew that, we would talk and hopefully anyway be able to work through it, but I knew we wouldn't be able to work through it here or while you were still here because now with you being here and these other things going on, you're also missing money. So that's added pressure and frustration in an already difficult situation. So bare minimum, get yourself together and get on the road. Get out of here. The rest of it, once those wheels turn, everything else
Yeah,
will start
turn
turning.
it right. I was like the wheels turn, the mind and the soul turn. You know what I'm saying? Here we just get stagnant and same old thing. All this is just yeah. But that was the moment though. For real. That's what did it.
All right then.
I was like, I need to get my shit together. Right. Cause nigga, these opportunities don't come by, it ain't gonna keep tapping you in your forehead. Like, hello nigga, I'm here. Hey,
Right. And I wasn't gonna do that a whole lot.
yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You're the trip.
But, I mean,
But you're
and
not getting that though. You're not getting
one thing about it too, sweetheart, is that in that moment, I could tell,
oh,
I could tell that you were
we went to
already
this.
low. And it didn't make sense for me to then bring, and you did this, you were gone for this amount of time, I hadn't seen you, and blah, blah, blah. Like that didn't, I knew that that wouldn't help. And just knowing and already understanding you, it's not going to motivate you to be better. That's just going to pour fuel on the fire and, cause you to continue to make poor decisions. So, I mean, I could, and that's why I didn't say a whole lot. And, I didn't. I came over there, made you sit up, got your clothes together, put them in your hand, and pulled you up out the bed, like shower, and had your work stuff and all of that ready by the time you got out. And I stood there with my arms folded
Yeah, you
to make sure
did.
you came out and you got dressed. And once I saw you were walking out, that's all I needed to do. All right, my job is done. I don't have nothing to say to you, but all right.
I remember.
So, I mean, I'm proud of you. I know I tell you that a lot, but I am proud of you because you had options as far as, well, you had choices. Let me say it like that. You had
Yeah, I had
choices.
choices.
You could have continued to go down the road that you were headed. You would have been going down there alone. And I can you say that I never gave you an ultimatum in that moment?
No, you never gave me you need to do this or else. Because you knew that wasn't the thing to do. And you just you didn't come across it.
And I wanted you to make the decision that you wanted to make, regardless of what it would do to me, or even if it would have ended our relationship. I could have walked away being okay, knowing that you chose that. You know what I mean? And you chose it for your reasons versus, you trying to fake it with me because that's what I said.
Right.
So I couldn't give you that ultimatum, like, "If you don't stop doing this, then I'm out."
Right.
'Cause 1, I did not know what I would do. Like, I didn't know if I would leave. I knew I needed to, but I didn't know that I would. So, I didn't wanna present a false option to you. I didn't want to put extra pressure on you. I still believed in you, though. That was the thing about it. And what was frustrating for me is that, like I said earlier on in the relationship, you showed me so much just greatness and humility and just everything that I needed. So I already knew what was in you. And what was frustrating for me was that you couldn't see what was in you and that you were taking yourself away from what you deserve, and not to be cocky or big headed, but you deserve what I was trying to offer you, and the mixed emotions for me was who matters most right now? Do I put myself first and, walk away? Or do I put you first and give you what you deserve and hope that rise to the occasion? So, I mean, it was definitely, not an easy thing. It wasn't an easy decision, um, and I had to go with God, to be honest, because I had to talk to him. I'm like, "Okay, look, God, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm just gonna stay right here. Like, I'm not gonna leave. I'm not gonna go closer. I'm not about to do no more work. But I'm just gonna sit here and see how this unfolds. And fortunately for all involved, you rose to the occasion. And I'm gonna say you made the right decision.
I'm gonna say I made the right decision. So I know I made the right
Right. And I'm glad that you gave it a shot, because you were already living a lifestyle that I guess was working for you.
I guess for the moment.
So,
For the moment, yeah, it was just working just for the moment.
well, so like I said, you were in a situation that was kind of working for you. Um, and it was still a gamble for you as well to decide to walk away from that and give it a shot to live the so-called square life.
It was. Yeah, it
Because
was.
I couldn't guarantee that we would work or that the relationship would grow to be what it has been. But I did always know that it would be best for you. So I'm glad that you made that choice and that transition. And I just love you.
I love you too, baby.
I just
I'm
love
just
you.
glad because we had some long nights and had some good nights.
Yeah,
We had some good nights.
we've had some good nights, and fortunately now, all the
Yeah,
good is
yeah,
definitely outweighing the bad that we
yeah.
have.
It's everything is pretty much everything now.
And if I'm honest, I have to be kind of grateful for those days, those difficult days, because I feel like we learned a lot about ourselves and a lot about each other in those moments.
Mhm.
And I definitely wouldn't have advocated for anybody else. Like, if a friend of mine came to me in that same situation, I
You'd
couldn't,
be like, run as
yeah,
far,
like,
go far as you
no.
can. No, don't even,
Right. Don't even waste your
don't
time,
even
girl.
waste your
Don't even waste
time,
your
man. You gonna
time.
go, you in for a roller coaster.
But I do think that it gave us a foundation. I guess I don't know if I regret, but I'll just say I hate that we had to build it that way, but I'm comfortable with where we are now, so it kinda made it worth it now, you know, and I'm just happy that at the end of the day, I have a person to spend the rest of my life with. And I definitely look forward to um, just happy days. We're human and we are us. So, every day is not going to be good, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel very confident about the good outweighing the bad. And, it gave us an opportunity to learn how to make it work because, we both had to put in work to get here.
yeah, yeah. It wasn't just no, well, I did everything or you did everything. It was a, it was work on both ends. Both ends. Ain't nobody coming here with the everything's okay. Everybody's perfect. Like, no,
Yeah.
we all both had personal issues too.
Yeah.
Had to work through a lot of shit. You're my friend, but I'm just saying.
And, I mean, and just the ability to do that and to overcome those challenges is, I guess it's a blessing, because, that those days and that it was at least a year,
Yeah, at least a good year.
at
I
least
know,
a
I
good
know a
year.
good year because it was like a good year. I was rebelling, like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna keep doing what I want to do, but I'm also keep being, I'm gonna keep my woman too. Like that shit was not happening. It was
Mm-mm.
not mixing this time, B. Like usually, whatever I want to do, I can pretty much kind of, manipulate it or do it or some kind of way when it work out in my end. No, that wasn't working. That was like no, too much friction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that could have just been the end of it, and it could have stopped there, but I guess just the way we started gave us the foundation to kind of
Mhm,
fall back on to get through those difficult days.
mhm. I
Mm.
agree.
And not only am I proud of you, I am proud to have you, and I am just proud and honored to share your name. And I'm excited. I am just so excited, just to see, what we're able to accomplish, and, one of the things that I do love about you, and I mentioned it earlier, is just your drive, and you are very headstrong, which sometimes does not work for us,
Yeah.
but, you know, one, what you say you will do, you almost always will do as long as it's in, your control, within your control, so I feel excited, and confident about your ability to be a husband, to be a provider, to just be my better half or my bettering half. And I look forward to continuing to grow with you. I mean, we're just getting to the point of marriage,
Yeah.
and that is obviously just a transition. So after the wedding and after everyone goes home and all the gifts, it will be husband and wife working on this home and goals and,
Other things, and yeah, back to the basics.
yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
And so,
But I really appreciate you doing the show with me. I
no
I
doubt,
love
man.
spending time with you. You're so easy to talk to.
Well, thank you. I try to be. I try to be.
For the most part, you don't always listen.
We're still working on that.
But just keep working. Keep on working. Keep on working. And
Mhm.
long as you stay committed to that, I'll stay committed to working on me and working on us. And I try and do the little bit of stuff, I have to work on because I'm so perfect.
Yes. Yes. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Yay. Yeah.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap this show up. Once again, thank you, Mr. Willis, for joining the Beacon of Truth podcast.
I'll see y'all again, man.
It is always a pleasure. I just
Peace.
appreciate you. I appreciate you so much.
Appreciate you.
Love you.
Love you too, mommy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe because I promise you we're gonna have some fun, some great conversations, and look forward to your comments and feedback about this conversation. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Beacon of Truth. Have a good one. Peace.